For me, being a horse trainer is really about communicating with your horse and reading each other's body language and building up a bond and a lot of trust. And that journey with the horse is totally addictive for me. So that's why I wanted to be a trainer. My name's Jessie Paine, and I am a dressage trainer at JP Dressage. I started riding probably when I was about 5 or 6. I was obsessed with animals, so horseback riding was just a natural progression. At a young age, I suffered a lot of loss, and later on I had a lot of medical problems. And it was absolutely the horses that got me through. My way of healing was really my first pony, Blaze. We bought him about a year after my mother died, and he was awful, and he was fat, and he was rude, and he would buck me off, and he would kick me, and I fell off literally every single day. But it got my mind off of the problems at home, and I was determined no matter what to win this horse over. I didn't care what he did to me. I was gonna come in the next day like nothing happened, and he was my best friend. And it was really an avenue for me to learn a lot of life's lessons that maybe I wasn't learning at home at the time. 3 words to describe myself as a trainer: patient, empathetic, and dedicated. To me, dressage is about 2 things. Number 1, it's about encouraging your horse to be a better athlete and to use their body more efficiently and to become more elastic and straighter and more comfortable. And number 2, dressage is about communicating with your horse. It's about fine-tuning your aids and your balance and your timing so that you can achieve the greatest result with the smallest amount of effort. In the long run, that's going to improve the longevity of your horse. The most important lesson that I've learned through my riding career is to be consistent. In training the horse, you're essentially teaching them a new language. So to expect results, you have to make sure that you're consistent. So let's slowly start to shorten our reins and think about how you do this, right? Because you want to make sure, that you don't disturb her as you're collecting the reins. The thing that I repeat the most often in lessons is probably, does that make sense? Because I'm there to, of course, help you have a better ride that day, but I want you to have a great ride tomorrow. So whatever I am telling you or explaining to you or asking of you, I want to make sure that it makes sense to you. Because if it doesn't make sense to you, you're not going to be able to apply it the next day, and it's not going to make sense to the horse. My biggest struggle as a trainer has been that I started a little bit later than some of my peers. I wanted to be a trainer for as long as I can remember, but I really didn't have the confidence in myself. Never felt like I was good enough. So I had horses and I competed and I trained and I really tried to work on my craft. But during that time I went to college and then law school, and then I practiced law. After practicing for a few years, and I was a very good attorney, but I didn't have a ton of job satisfaction, not the type of satisfaction that I would find when I was on the back of a horse. And around that time is when my horse, Henry, came into my life, and he can be challenging, but it was really that horse who gave me the confidence to go after my dream. So at 30, I made the daunting decision to walk away from a career I spent almost a decade building, and I went into the horse business, which is a very hard business, but it was definitely the best decision of my life. Over the course of my lifetime, I have really found out what grit means and what it means to be focused on a goal and, despite all odds, not get discouraged and to still chase that dream. If it wasn't for the horses, I definitely would not be who I am today, and I really want to give back to them. I don't look at horses as just a commodity or as just a sport or something to compete with, but I really want to try and be essentially a part of their herd, and I want to give back to them. And I think that good horsemanship at its core is about animal welfare and making sure that an animal's physical and psychological and mental needs are met.